You were not born to wake up tired, disappointed, and disconnected from the person you know you could be. You were not born to repeat yesterday's pain like it's some sort of curse you have to carry. You were born to evolve. To shed skin. To burn. And to rise. This is the story of your rebirth. Right here. Right now. There comes a moment, in every soul's journey, where you must stop running, from who you've been. From who you weren't. And start running toward who you are about to become. This isn't motivation. This is resurrection. You are not a product of your past. You are the architect of your next breath, your next decision, your next identity. Let that sink in. The version of you that stayed quiet when they should have roared. Gone. The version of you that accepted less, played small, dimmed their light just to fit in. Buried. The version of you that lived in fear, doubt, hesitation, and regret. Dead. Say goodbye. Say it out loud, I am not that person anymore. You don't owe your past self loyalty. You owe your future self rebirth. You were never broken. You were just buried, under years of opinions that weren't yours, under pain you thought would last forever, under pressure to be someone you're not. But pressure creates diamonds. And fire forges steel. And breakdowns birth warriors. From this day on, you speak with purpose. You move with intention. You live with fire. You protect your energy like a fortress. You build habits like armor. You craft a mindset like a sword. You are reborn. Not by chance. Not by fate. By choice. Right here, right now. You decide who you become. You don't need permission. You don't need an audience. You don't need applause. You need conviction. You need honesty. And you need the courage to say, enough. Enough with the waiting. Enough with the guilt. Enough with the excuses. Enough with holding back. Because you've tried surviving, now it's time to start living. They told you change takes time. But they forgot to mention, transformation takes pain. It takes the death of comfort. It takes the sacrifice of familiarity. It takes sitting in silence long enough to hear your real voice again. And when that voice returns, raw, cracked, honest, it doesn't whisper. It roars. This is not self-help. This is self-resurrection. You are a new creation. And no, not everyone will understand the new you. Not everyone should. Because you didn't go through this to stay the same. You didn't claw your way out of darkness to be accepted. You rose to own your light. And when it all gets quiet, and you're finally alone with yourself, breathe in. Look at your hands. Look at your scars. Look at your eyes. You made it. You're here. You're new. The past has no power unless you return to it. So don't. Move forward. Burn the bridges. Shatter the mirrors. Forget who you were told to be, and become who you were born to be. Your second life begins, the moment you decide your first one is over. You've crawled through chaos. You've drowned in silence. You've stood face to face with the version of you that almost won, the weaker you, the tired you, the scared you. But almost doesn't count. Because that version of you didn't make it here. You did. Look around you. This is the aftermath of your old life burning down. The ashes are still warm. The ghosts are still whispering. But you're not here to haunt the ruins. You're here to rebuild the kingdom. Let me tell you something they never teach in school: you can outgrow pain. You can unlearn suffering. You can become unrecognizable, and that's not scary. That's freedom. No one talks about the nights you cry so hard your chest aches. No one sees the moments where you scream into pillows because you're too proud to ask for help. No one knows how many times you looked in the mirror and thought, "Is this all I'll ever be?" And yet, here you are. breathing. Watching this. Alive. So what now? What do you do, now that you've survived the storm? You become the storm. Narrator, fire building. Stop asking for a sign. You are the sign. Stop waiting for someone to fix you. You were never broken. You were just meant to evolve in private, to bleed in silence, to prepare in secret, for this moment. This rebirth. You want the world to notice you. Notice yourself first. Here's what rebirth actually looks like: waking up at 5 a.m. when your mind tells you to sleep. Saying no to comfort, to cravings, to people who drain you. Deleting the apps that numb your potential. Replacing doubt with data, replacing fear with faith. Cutting off the old identity like it's poison in your blood. Reading 10 pages. Drinking water. Lifting heavy. Thinking deeply. Moving in silence. It's ugly. It's lonely. It's worth it. Stop saying, "I'll try." Say, "I am." Stop waiting to feel ready. No one ever feels ready to become a new person. You choose it. You force it. You declare it. Rebirth is not given. It is taken. You either step into it, or you shrink back into the pit that almost killed you. You've made mistakes. Good. Now burn the guilt. Learn the lesson. Move on. You've been doubted. Perfect. Let them talk while you transform. You've been broken. Even better. That means you're malleable. You can be reshaped. You've lived enough lifetimes in one skin. It's time to break out of it. The old you had its moment. Now it's your turn. Not a remix. Not a reboot. A rebirth. From the dirt. From the pain. From the silence you sat in for far too long. You don't need permission to begin again. You need hunger. You need discomfort. You need to finally be done with your excuses. You don't need more time. You've already wasted too much of it. You just need to stop lying to yourself about who you are and start creating who you're meant to be. Let go of the weight. Let go of the version of you that settled. Let go of the labels, the doubts, the voices that said, "Stay small." Rebirth doesn't happen in comfort. Rebirth is built in sacrifice, in silence, in fire. So burn the bridges. Let them think you've changed, because you have. Let them call you crazy, because you are. Crazy enough to believe you're meant for more. This is your reset. This is your clean slate. This is your new identity built from the ground up. And the beautiful part? No one knows who you're about to become. But they will. They'll see the glow. They'll feel the shift. They'll watch in disbelief. Because the you that's coming, they've never met them before. But you have. Deep down, you always have. You've played humble for too long. You've bitten your tongue, shrunk yourself, lowered your standards. For what? To be liked? To be safe? To be accepted? Screw that. That version of you. Dead. The version that tolerated nonsense, that settled for half effort, that let fear whisper louder than purpose. Gone. You're not rebuilding. You're reconstructing a monster. Not cruel. Not cold. But calculated. Relentless. Disciplined. Focused like a laser aimed at the highest version of yourself. Rebirth doesn't happen in comfort. Rebirth is built in sacrifice, in silence, in fire. So burn the bridges. Let them think you've changed, because you have. Let them call you crazy, because you are. Crazy enough to believe you're meant for more. This is your reset. This is your clean slate. This is your new identity built from the ground up. And the beautiful part? No one knows who you're about to become. But they will. They'll see the glow. They'll feel the shift. They'll watch in disbelief. Because the you that's coming? They've never met them before. But you have. Deep down, you always have.